Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. And today we're doing Zimbabwe the Solution Part 2. So hopefully you guys enjoy what we did last time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what we did last time. Last time we did a few things. So now I'm going to jump straight into our next opinion piece here by me. Okay, I have to do this because I've got nobody to talk to about politics. Okay, just hold on. Yeah, okay, I have to do this because I've got no one to talk about politics. But anyway, so this is part 2 of talking about Zimbabwe. So maybe if I can, maybe I'm able to share this on my Facebook. Let's see if I'm able to share this on my Facebook. Da-da-da. I should be able to do it. Okay. Hold on. This is how you do it. I'm sorry. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go on to share this on Facebook. Okay. So what I do is simply go like that and then just pop it in there. And that's it. It's gonna go on Facebook. Hi Facebook. This is Tony. I'm doing another one on Zimbabwe. Okay. So I'm just gonna maybe let's not, because that might cause me problems. Okay, that might actually cause me problems for now, so I'm gonna cancel. Yeah, that might cause me problems. Anyway, let's go back and do that one. Okay, so we'll go back. So last time, so we were talking about Zimbabwe and what we can do about it and what's the best way to move forward. So in my opinion, so I'm gonna pick it up and move forward and show you what I think. I think the first thing is, when we're talking about reflection, we're talking about resources. Okay, you need to find places where you can learn information and do something. Okay, learn information and do something. So all of us have something that we can do. So this is what I'm doing right now. Hopefully there can be more. So get in touch with me. Let's make a plan. So I did talk about history, and I did feel bad at the end of my first presentation, because I thought, am I saying that unless a person spends time reading the things I think they should read, then they can't contribute to Zimbabwe? Is that what I'm saying? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's important, wherever you are, it's important for you to take considered action, to take action after you've thought, after you've researched, not to make hasty action. Okay, I think that's basically the main idea. But I think it's at least when I thought about it, sounds to me like I'm saying, oh no, if you don't know about money, if you don't know about inflation, you can't really help Zimbabwe. I don't think so. I think as long as people take time to be reflective and search and seek out information, they can contribute in a healthy way. The only problem is if people don't actually take time to research. So I thought maybe I'll share with you some of my resources. So I did say that, like, if you find these podcasts, so like if you find, for example, this podcast called Revolutions Podcast, top notch. Okay, so it covers the Russian Revolution, the American Revolution. Look at the spelling of American. You're not going to remake Zimbabwe with such a terrible spelling record, So anyway, I apologize. Anyway, so American and English revolutions, and I did talk about the need to know about those things in order to build Zimbabwe. And this is the greatest, like, this I think is one of the best podcasts you can go to find information, and it's really good, very engaging, so much fun, also time consuming. So you might need to listen to the podcast at times 2 speed. Secondly, when it comes to economics, I'm slowly revealing my hand. So anyway, here you are. When it comes to economics, the places that you can go, you could look up Mrs. Institute, okay, or you can simply Google classical economics being explained. Okay, it's a different kind of economics. Okay, so I've taken time to reflect on economics. So this is the most common kind of economics that you find being taught in classes. Not necessarily nowadays, they do what they call neoclassical economics. But basically, you're dealing with econometrics and the concept called equilibrium and economic man, such assumptions. Um, Perfect knowledge, perfect, perfect conditions, and everything comes to a perfect standstill. That kind of economics. That's different from what you get from the Mises Institute. This is very important. It's different from what you get from the Mises Institute. And I think it's important for people to know that difference. And I will share the difference as we go. Not today, but as we go on with time. And this part here, I think this is where all the gold is, this part. Let's go back a bit. We'll go over here and just put a highlighter here. This is where all the gold is. Honestly, guys, I think here is where you want to be, where we're talking about the origin of money. You really want to know that. You want to know, where does money come from and what does it do? Because if you don't know that, then the government will keep on, you might blame lots of different things, but if you understand the origin of money, you can see a lot being done. Okay. And also understanding what inflation is. These two are sort of related, really. So I think that if you get these two, you're sorted. And and the role of central banking, maybe that's not important to you, but to me, that's important. I don't think it's necessary for Zimbabwe to at least get some semblance of order, for people to understand the centrality or the importance of central banking in a negative or positive way. Okay. But I do think the origin of money is definitely very important, and understanding, classical economics or neoclassical economics, as well as, so the Mises Institute does what's called Austrian economics. So that's very different from what's taught at unis most of the time. So I think it's really good if you go onto the Mises Institute website and go in there, you can find some really good information. So another way to do this would be to find out the teachings of different people. Okay. um I don't know if I spelled John Maynard Keynes' name properly here. Okay. John Maynard Keynes, Friedrich Hayek, and Ludwig von Mises, Thomas Sowell, all these different people. These are just a few samples of people that I thought, you can start from one of these two people, but definitely you do need to do John Maynard Keynes, because John Maynard Keynes runs the world. Okay. John Maynard Keynes runs the world. If you want to do light stuff, you might be doing Milton Friedman and Thomas Sowell. But they are definitely not required. They're not required reading. Okay. If you want to understand what the world is doing, right? If you think maybe you want to understand what people should do, then maybe if you want to do that, then you might want to do Milton Friedman, Thomas Sowell, because it's easier. I think I think they call it the Chicago School of Economics. Okay. It's a bit easier. You can just basically look up their videos. There's quite a few books by Thomas Sowell for free online. Okay. So it's just a question of you looking them up. For example, Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell, or you could watch the documentary on YouTube, I think Free to Choose by Milton Friedman. You can watch such things and you probably have a clearer idea of what they're all about. Or you can read F.A. Hayek's Road to Serfdom. It's not really economics. It's more like political philosophy. But you do want to know about the economics of F.A. Hayek and Ludwig von Mises. Okay. It's a very different kind of economics. So right there, I've given you 3 different schools of economics, and you can look up 1 or 2 of these and just have a rough idea of what it's all about. I personally will be telling you more about my kind of economics as we go. So basically, this is the drama that we have here. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, this is the drama that we have, guys. Okay, this is what we're dealing with here. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right, all right, all right. So you see what happened here? I understand. If I go full screen, you can't see it. Right. So anyway, here you go. Sorry. So anyway, what you have right here in this song, it's a song, okay? In this song, you have a representation of really what the battle is when it comes to political economics, okay? How to arrange the world in the best way possible, okay? So this is F.A. Hayek, who represents one school of thought, and this is John Maynard Keynes, who represents another school of thought. And even their lives, even the lives of these people, demonstrate the two different ways of looking at things. Okay, this guy, John Maynard Keynes, is the one who believes that business is just driven by people just getting overly excited. The animal spirits, the bull and the bear. Okay, and he's the one who's made all that famous. And then Frederick Hayek, basically his position is we don't know what people are going to do, and we need to stop acting like we do because it's all pretending. Okay, but he says yes, we might not know what people are going to do, but we do know how they act. So we can make some policies that will make the economy work. We can fix the economy. This guy says we can't fix the economy. It's too big, too broad. You don't know what you're doing. Okay, so all you need to do is just basically plan for it to work by itself, but don't plan to assist it too much. Okay, so that's basically what the argument is. So if you wanna listen to this, it's so much fun. You need to listen to this song, guys. It's great. Okay, so that's him, justifying his whatevers, and he's just talking, talking, talking. Still, John Maynard Keynes making his point, and then now here comes F.A. Hayek, I think. Okay, I know no one is enjoying this. I'm the only one who enjoys this. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Skip. You should have skipped this part. Anyway, so the point is we need to understand. Let's just I hope. Ooh, no, 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 guys. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't think you actually saw the video. I'm very sorry. I don't think you saw the video. So I might need to go back and share the video with you guys. Oh no. That's terrible. This is so sad. This is how you know when Anyway, let's come back over here. You didn't see it. I'm sorry, guys. So anyway, this is Frederick Hayek, and that's John Maynard Keynes. And their differences politically I've already outlined. And it's a fun thing to watch. Okay, it's really a good movie to watch. And this is quite telling of the life of John Maynard Keynes. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, let's just skip that. It's so sad that I did that. I'm so sad. But anyway, it's we all learning, we're all growing. Um. So let's move forward. Right. and I think this is the other important part about ourselves as people. Um, this is an important part. So the spirit of self-criticism, I actually feel very tired, guys. I'm sorry. The spirit of self-criticism is lacking, in my opinion. Okay, you can't really move forward if you can't see where you're going wrong, as a group or as a person. So if you can't tell where your parents went wrong, you can't really do better than your parents in that area, right? So really, improvement sometimes is, it hangs on you being able to see that, yeah, my parents got it wrong, or my ancestors got it wrong, or my country is getting it wrong right now, or I'm getting it wrong right now. Okay, that's the only way you can move forward. So besides simply saying corruption, right? So this is what's important to me. I think it's not just about saying, oh, corruption is bad, stealing is bad, people shouldn't steal. I think it's about the ideas behind how a country is run. That's what we want to know. What ideas did my parents hold that were unhealthy, and what ideas do I hold right now which are not good for the future? Okay, that's what's important. And I think because that's lacking in Zimbabwean culture, that also holds us back. So I'll explain this a little bit more. So let's say for example, if you ask people, okay, so what did I don't know, if what did the British do wrong? Okay, you can find it being written down by some British person during the time that it was being done, that what they were doing was wrong. Okay, or even just a little bit after, or even before they do it, you'll find someone is documenting where they went wrong. Okay, even today. So if you can watch movies about slave trade and etc, so that's a society being critical of itself, right? You can listen to movies about child labor, women not being able to vote, racism, etc. You can find this well documented in Western societies where their government went wrong. Now, this is not common. This is not a common act that people can just criticize their government and live on. This is a unique trait of Westerners, and I think it's also, as a Christian, I see that in the Bible. Like, that David was a hero, but you also know he did his bad things. Solomon was a great guy, but you know what he did wrong. The Bible does that. In Zimbabwe, you can't really know that, okay, Mzilikazi was a great guy, but he also used to do A, B, C, D, and he was wrong. You can't get that from an African source. Okay, I'll quote Patisa Nyati, who said, when a person dies, they become perfect. That sort of attitude is actually destructive to progress, because you are telling yourself that whoever has gone before you can never be wrong, and you think that maybe criticizing your own grandparents or your dad or your mom or yourself is somehow putting yourself down. Okay, so that actually stops progress. So that lack of self-critical spirit um, actually holds us back. So we need to be prepared. If we want to move the country forward, we need to be prepared to name the things we've done wrong, with the help of Europeans, without the help of Europeans, which ideas we have held on to that led us down a wrong path, or that we still hold on to today that led us down a wrong path. And it's not just about naming the idea, it's about actually knowing, okay, this is the history of this idea, this is why we were doing it, this is what we thought we were going to get, this is what, but this is why it's wrong. So it should be a clear line of reasoning of why you renounce the idea. Okay, so anyway, my best recommendation for me in terms of moving Zimbabwe forward, there's a book. It's kind of like economics, but not really. Um, this book by Frederick Bastiat, which which is called The Law. It's a great book. I think you should buy it and you should read it. It's fantastic, fantastic. Okay. Um, so I've already talked about this part. where I don't think people should agree or do what I do. Okay, I think last time when on my first video, it sounded like, yeah, guys, people need to read what I read, and people need to believe what I believe. Otherwise, Zimbabwe will never move forward. I don't know about that. I don't think that's true. I think what is important, people do need to sit down and reflect and carefully think where something comes from and where it ends. Most of the time when I talk to people, I feel like they're just coming from an emotional place, but they've got no clear history, no clear data that they are using, no clear logic that they are using to say, okay, so this idea comes from this issue, and this is why it happens, and this is why we shouldn't have it. Really tie things together in such a way that someone can actually see where it's going and where it's leading to. I think that's a minimum requirement for the country to move forward. That's my opinion. I don't think everyone has to share this opinion for the country to move forward. It's just my opinion that this is one way that we could actually move the country forward in a good way. Okay. So it's my sense. It's my sense that even if you look at the political parties the way I looked at it last time, you could see that there was no clear reasoning of philosophical differences between ZANU PF and MTC. So to me, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, because if people talk like, it means they're lying. Okay, that's what it means. It means they're lying. So I leave that outside. I don't buy their stuff. Okay. So this is what I was saying. I'm not saying I'm the best or better, but let's use our uniqueness, our difference, um, for the betterment of everyone. You know, so whatever you're good at, you take it, you use it. So like I know a little bit about economics, not too much, but enough for me to be able to tell people this is where money comes from. This is what inflation is, and this is why it's bad, and this is why we shouldn't be fooled by our government on these fronts. So I'm sharing that information, but there's definitely more to be done. Okay, there's definitely more to be done. So I think we just need to get in touch and work together and see what we can do. Okay, so last time I did talk a little bit. I think maybe I might want to go and have a look at what the last thing we did last time was. So maybe let's just stop the screen share and I'll share with you um, our conclusions from last time. And yeah, and you can see if it makes a difference, if we're making any progress at all compared right now compared to last time. So why isn't it there? Okay, good. I'm trying to make sure we get to what we want, guys. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll open it right now and we can have a look. So it's very important to me. It really kind of bothers me that most people kind of feel irritated by the idea of self-criticism being lacking in African cultures and etc. But it's very important for us, if we're going to move forward at all, we all need to come to that place where we can say, yeah, we are not self-critical, etc. And if you can't tell where you're going wrong, you can't make any improvements. So I really think that's an important part. And I also thought it was important for me to highlight the fact that, these are my ideas, guys. I'm not saying, you know, everyone who doesn't do this is not serious about the progress that Zimbabwe can make. I'm just telling you what my convictions are as of this moment, and if we keep working together, I think we can make something work. So you know that Thomas Mapfumo song, kana mari yedu yikabatana iwe yahunde yahunde inotenga zvinhu zvakawanda yahunde yahunde yeah. I hated that song. When I was little, I did not like that song. Okay, I thought it was such a boring song. I don't even know what songs I liked back in the day. Oh, I did like Tabiso Buyele Kaya. I did like that song. And which other one? Waiting for a new day. You can tell that I was being indoctrinated by these Bulawayo people. Anyway, so this is where we were last time. Okay, I did say these are the things that I thought we should do, which is, read, family, act, talk, organize, stay hopeful but realistic, right? So I'm just doing my talking bit here, and on the reading and reflection. So I've just given you some resources that I'm doing, and I think when we read, we need to share with other people, and then we make plans to move forward, um, in ways that actually cause the government to think of better ways of getting out of the way. Yeah. So anyway, so now we can come to the conclusions for today, which is over here. Right. We've done all this. So now, uh, so I've talked about that. So if you can share with me what you think we should do, that would be lovely. And the most important thing to realize is ideas matter. Ideas are very, very, very important. Um, so if you're not going to care about what ideas you hold and why you hold them, you're not going to change the country. It really is down to ideas. With poor ideas, the car didn't invent itself, and this computer didn't invent itself, and all these things. Okay, all this stuff came to us through the sacrifices of other people. Okay, so I think that, let me see, why won't it let me exit from the, okay, let's go to our Zoom. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I just need to see the Zoom. Yeah, so anyway, did I share the screen? I'm just wondering if I did share the screen. I didn't. I'll share again. Okay, yeah. So like I was saying, I think ideas are very, very important. And if people don't have a clear understanding of what ideas they hold, let's go back. Yeah, so ideas really, really do matter, guys. Without ideas, you're looking at no progress. That's what you're looking at. The car didn't invent itself. This program didn't invent itself. What I'm doing here it didn't all come up by accident. It's all about ideas. So what's important is actually to sit down and think about what we're doing and why we're doing it and where we want to go, and to be constantly open to improvement. So the actual battle in Zimbabwe is not for bread and butter. That's a consequence of the battle. The actual battle is for our minds. Our minds. If our minds are free, then then the government will get out of the way of our abilities to live. Okay, at this moment, most of us feel like our government is in the way. Um, so it really is about ideas. And if you're thinking about ideas, there's no good idea that just comes and is perfect. It's all about reading, learning, talking, and moving forward, and changing our minds as we learn. Okay, so what I do actually know at this moment is I'm quite good with my economics. Okay, I'm quite good with my economics. I'm confident enough to say, okay, I can sit down and think, oh, okay, I think that's correct. I think that's wrong. Okay, because I've done a bit of work in there. Okay, I put in quite a few hours, my own hours. Okay, by the way, I didn't do this at school, right? And then what I did at school, I've decided was a lie anyway. Okay, so anyway, when it comes to history, I have no confidence in my knowledge in the history of England, in the Russian Revolution, American history. I have no confidence in that, but I'm looking into it right now as we speak. I'm in the middle of doing that history, and hopefully some of you have already done it, and you can actually show us how you're doing it, and give us some tips, etc. But what's important is, the reason why we do it is we want to see the ideas behind those countries, and see which ideas ended up coming over into Zimbabwe. And we can, by knowing their histories, we can know what's healthy and what's unhealthy, and we can easily filter out the things that came to Zimbabwe that we can see even from the history of those countries that never worked out well. Okay, so that's why I think it's important to do it. My history of Zimbabwe is atrocious, atrocious, atrocious. I did history at O level, and I think I got an A if I didn't get a B. But Yeah, I don't think that was history of Zimbabwe. Okay, that was ZANU propaganda. Yeah, so my history of Zimbabwe is still on its way, and I'm gonna take it from from the time when the land didn't belong to the Bantus up to the time the Bantus came, and then then the Europeans. So I'll do that. Yeah, but yeah, so that's that. So thanks. See you next time, guys. I think we can stop our program. I can't see where my case is. Okay. We'll go back to our Zoom and